Hey guys, how are you? So the other day I wrote part 1 of the scariest adventure I've ever been on. I decided for part 2 I would make a video, and I hope that everyone enjoys what I have to say. So let me recap on part 1. My brother Kagan and myself and my friend Robert, we hitchhiked to Flamingo. It's a small community in the middle of the Everglades in Florida. And when we got there, we met a bunch of teenagers that worked there, and they convinced us to jump in a canoe and just paddle so nicely through the Everglades. The lady that was on the desk, she said, look, you can explore the green flagged areas and the blue flagged areas, but no matter what, do not go into the black zone areas, because if anything was to happen, that would be the last place that search and rescue would look. We started off, and it was pretty cool. I mean, we saw this alligator, it was in the water, I was all excited, and it, boom, into the water it went. And then we went another maybe 100 feet, and then we saw another alligator, and I'm all excited. I'm like, look, oh, that's cool. And then nothing. We paddled for like 2.5 hours, and we didn't see any more alligators. I was so disappointed. We saw lots of birds, so sunny, and the sky was blue with big cumulus clouds. And then I was getting a little bit disappointed, and then in the distance, I see another flag way in the distance. I said, well, let's paddle over there. So we start paddling. When we got there, it was a black flagged area. And I turned to my brother and I said, you know what? Let's go and explore this. Behind this flag was it was a mangroves, and they went as far as the eye could see for like miles and miles. And there was a path that you could take the canoe, and it was kind of like, I want to call it a cave of mangroves. As we headed in, I should have known that this was a bad idea, because within 5 minutes in, there was a huge alligator that just dove. It hissed at us, dove into the water, scared the hell out of all of us. Now Robert was in front of me, and then my brother and this tourist that decided to tag along with us was behind us. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know, it is 10 feet across. From mangroves to mangroves, it circled us completely. The water was only maybe 3.5 feet, 4 feet deep. I could actually touch the bottom. So as we're paddling, there was alligators everywhere. They were like 8 feet to 9 feet, huge. They'd hiss, jump into the water right beside us. It was so scary. At one point, we were watching this gator as we were coming up, and we were drifting into it, and we're trying to move back. And I must have got about 4 feet from this gator. It turned, hissed, dived under into the water, and I could feel it bump the bottom of the boat. And I'm like, oh my God. These alligators are so powerful. They could easily tip this canoe, and we'd be goners. Now, just to let you know, alligators don't really hunt humans. If alligators were hunting humans, there would be thousands of attacks. Alligators are not that stupid. They would know where we would go into the water, and they would wait. But anyway, you know what? That's beside the point. That's a whole other story right there. So here we are, we're paddling, and every 30 feet, there would be like 3 or 4 gators going into the water. Now, I bet you're wondering, why was this so scary? There were spiders everywhere. Giant spider webs. Now, Florida has a spider, it is called the golden orb spider, or silk spider, or the locals call them the banana spider. And the reason why they're called this is their bodies are yellow, and it resembles a banana. You know, we've all walked into a spider web, right? And, we had it, like, oh God, it's disgusting, oh, where's that spider? No matter how fast you are walking, if you walk into a golden orb spider's web, you will come to a complete stop. That's how thick they are. Back in the day, they used to make clothes out of their webbing because they're just that thick and that strong. If you took a whole lot of these webs and wrapped them up into like a small rope, the chances of you being able to pull it apart would almost be impossible. That's how thick and strong they are. And the females are like bigger than my hand, like huge. I know my hands aren't that big, that doesn't mean nothing. But besides the point, when there's one spider, one female spider, there is like 30 or 40 male spiders all around it. and the webbing is about this high, all the way up. And we are like ducking under these webbings. You know, we didn't want to turn them down. There were just spiders everywhere. At one point, my canoe hit kind of a tree off to the side, and we came to a complete stop, and underneath one of the big female spiders, and I could see the fangs, and it was just moving, and all I'm thinking is, oh please, please, for the love of dog, please keep going, please get going. Oh God, I can see its fangs. Now these spiders are not venomous. Well, actually all spiders are venomous. There's only a few which are quite deadly to humans. These banana spiders, their bite is extremely painful because they have extremely long fangs. But they're not dangerous. They won't kill us. I imagine if you had like 20 or 30 of them bite you, maybe you get awfully sick. So here we are, we're paddling, there's gators going under the canoe either side, and we are ducking under these webs. We must have went about 5 miles through the mangroves. We get to the end, we had to turn around and go back. At one point, the water was so shallow, we literally had to get out of the canoe and walk it. And so here we are ducking under these big webs. We could see alligators off in the distance going into the water. But we're like in ankle deep water at that point. But on the way back, Robert started getting completely tired of all these spiders and just was going right through them. He was just hitting the webbing, and there's a time where I said, Robert, there's a spider on your back. And Robert turns around and goes, yeah? What do you think this is? Turns around, there's spiders crawling all over him. I'm like, oh God, oh God. When we got out of this mangrove of hell, no lie, the canoe that we were in, it looked like a kayak with all the spider webs. I mean, there were spiders walking all over the canoe. I was so extremely happy to get back to the docks and get out. So yeah, that is the scariest adventure I've ever been on. And I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. Maybe I'll do more depending on how you react to this video. My name is Jason Kenzie. And remember, always support your animal rescues.